Hello there, whistleblowers everywhere. I'm coming to you from the realms of West Lancashire, right on the Irish Sea. Cold, rainy. It's been snowing a lot in other places. We had a bit of snow, but it's been supplanted by some rather wet and windy weather. It's horrible. It's dark. It's the depths of January, and anyway, we've got a good tune to do a breakdown for today. It's a tune called "The Stone of Destiny." It's a Maurice Lennon composition. And it's a great little G major reel. Lots of things we can do with this in terms of ornamentation. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm just going to play through it without any of the ornamentation, apart from separating notes which are the same by using some cuts. So this is the sort of the basic version without any ornamentation. I'm going to play it through slowly, just so you get a gist of the tune. Then we'll do a bit more of an in-depth breakdown, look at some ornamentation. And lastly, as usual, we'll look at some variation we can put in. And again, it's all your choice. You can put some of your own variations in, you can use some of mine, whatever works really. But as long as we don't detract from the tune and stray too far away from the tune, we should be good to go with this. So this is Maurice Lennon's composition called "The Stone of Destiny." I'm going to play this through at 60 beats a minute on the metronome. This is nice and slow. And so we're going to count 2 beats per bar. So it's going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. So really we're counting it in 2 time, though it is written in 4. But all will make sense. So I'm going to play it through without any ornamentation, just separating the notes, which are the same, by using some cuts. So it's an A, A, B, B. We have a first time bar and we have a second time bar. So I'm going to play those as written. Today's tune breakdown, I'm using my Chai Kong D whistle. Excellent whistles made by Alex Zeng, who's based in China. Excellent whistles. Yeah, it does everything it needs to do, and it does it really well. So very nice whistle to play. And I thoroughly recommend Chai Kong whistles. They're excellent and very reasonably priced as well. Anyway, enough of that, and let's play through at 50. 1, 2. So you may have noticed that I dropped the little quaver notes, the little eighth notes, to get a breath, and that works pretty well for me. Those are just little pickup notes, and it sounds fine if you want to drop those. We have to substitute something, so I'm dropping the little eighth notes at the end of each kind of phrase. So that kind of works for me. So Don't worry too much about having to get those notes in. They're not essential notes. They're kind of passing notes, which is great if you can get them in, but they won't make too much of a difference if you somehow you run out of breath or you need to take a breath in those places. So anyway, that's played through at 50, which is a nice steady beat. So have a go at playing it through first of all without any of the ornamentation, and once you're comfortable with that, you've got a nice flow going, then we can look at what we can do in terms of ornamentation. So let's move on and have a look at how we can ornament this with some cuts, some taps, some long rolls and some short rolls. So as with lots of tunes, there's repetition, and you can do the same thing on one bit as you do on the other one. We can look at varying it should you choose to add some variation, which we'll look at a bit later on. But for now, I'm just going to play the ornaments as the tune is written. I'm not going to deviate from that. So first 2 bars. So I'm separating the 2 Ds with a cut. You can tongue them. And I'm putting a little tap on the G. Now that D in bar number 2, if you so want to, you can always put a little cran on that. So and I like to put a cut on that high E. So the first 2 bars again. So the other thing you can do is you can tongue that G, the first G in bar 1, and you can do what I call a tongued roll, short roll, or a tripleted short roll. So what we're doing is we're basically doing the same kind of mechanism as a long roll, but condensing it into the time of a short roll. But you have to tongue the first note. So and it gives it a tripleted effect. Now it's awkward to do a normal short roll when you're going down from the B, because you have to cut first. And with doing the tongued short roll or the tripleted one, you're tonguing that note. So you're getting a nice. So we've got that we can do. The other thing I like to do is to do what's called double cut. So you're tonguing, cutting with the top finger, then cutting with this finger, and then tapping. That's a more advanced kind of roll, and don't worry about doing that straight away. It takes a lot of practice, but it sounds nice when you've got that. Yeah, normal. Double cut. So you're cutting and tonguing at the same time for that one. or the normal tripleted tongued short roll. So just some ideas to work on in terms of how you want to do the roll. The easiest way, really, if you don't want to struggle with rolls, is just to tap that G. And if you don't want to put the cran in, that's fine. So bars 3 and 4. So we can put a long roll on the A. So cutting the high G, I'm also tonguing it there. And if you like, you can do the same double cut long roll. And again, I like to tongue that as well. Or the regular normal. So I'm going to play the second two bars. First time with a normal long roll, second time with the double cut long roll. And again, choose which one you want to use. You can use either, both, or neither. Just play as a long note if you want. So the next bit, I'm going to miss out that high D for a breath. So I'm going to go straight to the next E on the second line. And again, I'm going to tongue that. So you have to tongue it to get that roll in, yeah, because you've got to sound the note first. So slowly. I'm also putting a cut on the B before it. And again, you can do the double cut. Or just the regular. Okay, so the next bar, I'm going to put quite a few cuts in this. So, and again, what I tend to do is I tend to tongue those cut notes. Gives it a bit more emphasis. You don't have to, you can do it like this. But when you tongue it, gives it a bit more of a push. So, first two bars on the second line. And then the last two bars, including the first time bar. So again, you can decide, or the double cut. And again, putting the roll in. So the whole of the second line. Okay, now we've got that. Let's try the whole of the A part. nice and slowly. So. And if you want to put the double cuts in, that's fine. So either way work, just decide which one you want to go for. The thing with the double cuts, they do take quite a bit of practice to get them fluent. So you might want to start off with just doing the basic long roll. Works really nicely, exactly as that. So I'll just play it through just with the basic long rolls. And then second time bar, we just drop the D off there just to get a breath. So that's the whole of the A part. So let's play through that really with the clicker set to 50. Yeah, so no quicker than we did at first. So nice and slow. 1, 2. So that's the A part. Let's go and have a look at the B part now. So, like the A part, there's lots of repeating figures in this B part. So you've got the same rolls and the same kind of idea for the ornamentation. So we're going to go straight in with the third line. So the first bar on the third line is the same as the first bar on the second line. So you can do exactly the same thing. So, and with the second bar, we can put the same kind of cuts in. So we're going to go. And again. So bar number 3. So I've got separation by cuts for the 2 Gs. And I'm also cutting the B in that last group of 4 quavers, 4/8 notes. So watch where I'm putting the cuts on those 2 bars. Bars 3 and 4 on the third line. if you want to double cut it, that's fine. So the whole of the third line. Once again. I'm also putting a cut on that high E in the third bar. You're welcome to do that. You don't have to. Just gives it a bit more of an emphasis on that note. So. I'm going to miss out that D, go on to the next line, last line. So same thing. Now, if you want, you can cut that high E. So I'm tonguing and cutting. And the same cuts, or same pattern of cuts in the next bar. And you'll notice that the second bar on the fourth line is exactly the same as the second bar on the second line. So we can do the same cuts. And then so you've already done that at the end of the second line. So it's a repeat of what you've already done. So let's have a look slowly going through the whole of the B part. First time and second time bar. Okay, I'm going to do it at 50 like I did with the first A part. 1, 2. And that's the B part. And again, if you want to put the double fancy double cut rolls in, that's fine. Again, you choose which one you want to put in. Lots of whistle players never ever use the double cut rolls. I like them. I tend to chuck them in every now and then. I just like the sound of them. And it's really down to you what you like the sound of. And if you don't like them, simply don't use them. And if you do like them, then use them at your own discretion. Okay, so that's the A and the B part. So I'm going to play it through now, all the way through, just with the basic rolls and the cuts. Again, I'm going to do it at 50. So this is the whole tune, all the way through A, B, B. Well, my click is set to 50, and I'm going to play it through for you now, A, B, B, using the cuts and the rolls and the taps and the cran on the D. So here we go. 1, 2. So at 50, obviously we've got longer to breathe, and it's not always going to be possible to get to the end. So if you want to sneak a breath in, that's fine when you're learning it. Again, make sure that you're not displacing the tempo, but it is quite tricky to get the breathing at the end of each section. But you may have to make some alterations with this tune to get the breathing in. When I play it up to speed, though, I can usually get a nice breath at the end of each phrase, which seems to work quite nicely. Okay, so we've played it through at 50, and now let's move on and have a look at some variations that we can put into this. And again, like all variations, use them if you like them. See if you can come up with some of your own. This is kind of some of the things that I like to do on this tune. So I'm putting a little part arpeggio. So that's the first two bars. Yeah, as written. With the variation. So bars 2 and 3, sorry, 3 and 4. I'm just continuing those eighth notes. And I'm ending it on an E rather than A. So the whole of the first line with the variation. Taking a breath. Again, you can put a little short roll on the E. Or you can do a double cut. So, next bit. So I'm continuing just a little variation on that second bar. So I'm doing a little figure and repeating it. So B, G, short roll, D, G, short roll. And then the next bit just as written. So this is the variation of the whole of the A part. So I'll play it as written, then with the variation. So there's a few little things you can try on the A part. Let's move on and have a look at the B part and see what we can do in terms of variation for the B part. So let's have a look at our little variations we can put in on the B part. So there, I'm just continuing a little figure from the bar 2, putting it into bar 1. So and again using that same figure in bar 3. So the whole of that line. Okay, last part. So I've got a little triplet there on bar 2 of the last line. Yeah, nice little triplet. So let's have a look at the B part all together now with the variations. Put that little triplet in. Or you could do the same. Let's do it really slowly. So there's some ideas for some variation in the B part. So let's play it all the way through now. Let's do it a little bit quicker. We'll zoom it up to 60 and we'll play it all the way through at 60. So the first time round, I'm going to play it as it's written. Second time, I'm going to add those little variations. So here we go. 1, 2. So this is the tune all the way through at a reasonable speed. So that's the tune, The Stone of Destiny by Maurice Lennon. Lovely little reel. I hope you've enjoyed this tune breakdown. Have a go. Even if you just play through the basic version, it's absolutely fine. And take as long as you need to. Work on the ornamentation, work on the rolls, the cuts, and see how you get on with this lovely tune. So thanks for sticking with me. And again, like always, if you have enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, if you could subscribe to my Whistleblowers channel, that would be great. And also, if you've got any comments, leave them below in the comment section. Any suggestions for tutorials or for further tune breakdowns, always happy to hear that. So until now, until then, until whenever you pick your whistle up and have a go at this, happy whistling. See you soon, folks.